Nice, looking good. Looking good.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, man. What is this? 5th time's a charm on this episode, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And action.
All right, guys. Let's try to get the win back in ourselves here. Yeah. So, hey guys, welcome everyone to Dark Eidolon Presents
Critical Drinks
with your hosts
Andy Aguilar
and Brandon Brooker.
This guy.
Oh, jeez, Louise. This week
I
has been
know.
shitty.
Issues.
Yeah, but I think we might have fixed it. I think we got it going now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we tried to record an episode earlier this week, and it's the haunted. This is the 5th time I've said this. Probably more than that. It's called the haunted episode, and it's coming out this week too. So if you guys want to trudge through some terrible internet connection and find out what happened on my Call of Cthulhu game, the Festival of Dreams, you'll have to go
worth a
check
look.
that.
And it's for the hardcores. It's definitely like worth it though, because there's some good content in there. Like the gameplay, I feel like is totally worth it.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna put some timestamps in there, so if y'all want to fast forward or jump around to see things that happened, you can follow those timestamps.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just like call us and just like, hey, like what happened, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Then I'll tell you. Yeah, the number will come down on the bottom of the screen. Dial the number at the bottom of your screen. To find out what happens.
Exactly. Or if you just want to like talk, like there's that too.
Yeah, and we talked about AEW Fighter Fest Night 1 on it, Darby Allin and John Moxley, and yeah. And then we did some WWE Money in the Bank predictions,
which you got spot on with the actual Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah. Well, you helped with the men's, but I guess the women's. Nikki Cross, almost
it's
superhero.
I
knew, and that was like such an upset too. I would have made a lot of money if I bet on that.
It was very much like, oh, hey.
I like her. I don't care. I'm into it. But did you see? Oh wait, no wait. Okay, so that happened at Money in the Bank, and then Big E won the men's Money in the Bank, which me and Andy both predicted, which was sick. Which I love the boy, of course.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go take on Lashley because Lashley doesn't really have a rival right now.
And plus, he just beat up Xavier Woods and Kobe Kingston, so there's like a,
Yeah, that
LTST.
match. Yeah, that match was just a pummeling on Money in the Bank. Like he didn't Kofi didn't have one spot. Like fucking Lashley just smashed him, smashed him.
He looked great though. Yeah. His gear was amazing.
Oh yeah, he always does.
Yeah. Skeletor gear. Fuck yeah.
So Lashley retained. Yep. Yeah, Money in the Bank was crazy and fun. Oh, and then at the very end of Money in the Bank, what was the final match? It was the Lashley match.
Edge.
Roman Reigns and Edge. That's right. And it was good. Like I love both those guys. It just kind of seemed, because I know what kind of matches that Edge likes to make. He goes for the story. He goes for the agony.
Everything has to mean something.
And the shine and everything. Like he does, he does a lot of like waiting for the crowd to engage. Like he won't do anything until you're like, engaging. Yeah. Where you at? That's why he's always wild-eyed, like looking at you. Yeah. So there was a lot of that. There was a lot of him on the mat with Roman, got him in the headlock and waiting for the crowd to clap him back to life. But I mean, it's all for the story, so it's great, But the fucking Roman Reigns wins. I think Seth Rollins comes out and like interrupts the match and like fucking stomps homie, and then Roman pinned him. So, but then at the very end, like Roman's doing his like speech, like, or he says
telling
like
everyone to
words,
acknowledge
like,
him,
acknowledge me or whatever. Yeah. And then guess what happens?
What?
John Cena.
Ooh, he had a nice little head of hair too.
He did. Yeah.
He looked good with the hair.
He looked good. Yeah. He looked very good. He looked.
I liked
really
his gear. I
like
the like lime green, and yellow. I don't know why I liked it so much. I was like, oh wow, I like that.
Yeah. I was like, it looks like Baylor colors, and Ashley was like, why would he be doing that? I was like, no, it's not Baylor colors. It's money in it's
gross. Yeah,
because it was in Dallas or it was in Fort Worth, but no, it's for Money in the Bank. It's just green and gold for Money in the Bank. Yeah. But yeah, so we
those are
pretty much. Yeah, fuck that.
Anyway,
so,
sorry.
Yeah, he pretty much John Cena called out Roman Reigns, so he's gonna go try to get the title from him, hopefully.
So you get 2 storylines coming out of that: Seth Rollins and Edge, and Roman Reigns and John Cena. Then
there you go. Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
As far as like giving people stuff to do.
Yeah, it was a really cool finale. I definitely didn't see him coming, like for real. didn't see it.
Guy. I did not see him coming.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, so that happens on Money in the Bank, and then the fucking Raw after was fucking awesome. Like,
right.
Because John Cena came out immediately and like talking shit. But yeah. What else happened on that Raw that was so crazy? Oh, yeah. Let's go back to Money in the Bank. So, Money in the Bank, the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair match, right?
Yeah. Who won that one?
Charlotte took it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Which means
so she took it.
Beat Ripley for the belt, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was a great. I could watch those two wrestle like all fucking day. Seriously, like I could watch them. Yeah. They're probably the best women's wrestlers.
Moonsault out to the back from out to the outside from Charlotte.
And it doesn't even
phase her.
She just lands on her. She like hits you, but lands on her feet, and she's just like,
it always looks so good.
I do this every day. Yeah. It's badass. She looks so good. But anyways, Raw happens Monday, and Ripley comes out asking for a rematch, right? And like Charlotte's like, I don't want to wrestle you because I know I hurt your knee last night, and you're not 100%, so I don't want to wrestle you 100%. If we're gonna do it again, I want you to come back. Right? She totes the line of heel and babyface. Like you just kind of gotta respect her, you know, like just because she can pretty much just do whatever she can wants.
Do it. Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
And she really does go back and forth. Because I love to hate Charlotte too, but yeah. But so that happens, but then like what's her name? The new GM, the new general manager. Fuck. Old Absolution girl.
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. Yeah, she's like the GM right now, and yeah, she's like, no, we're gonna give you the rematch tonight. So like they end up doing a rematch, right? I'm gonna spoil this for you. Have you ever heard any of this?
Not about Monday Night Raw, no.
Okay. So they have the rematch, and like fucking some bullshit happens, obviously. Like they both get knocked out. Or no, like I forget exactly what happens, but this is the point I'm trying to make. Charlotte's like on the ground, and then like fucking guess who comes out?
That
Miss
early?
Money in the Bank herself, dude, and she did it.
She actually got the title.
Nikki Ash has the title now, dude. Just like that. They didn't waste any time with that shit.
Yeah, I like that as far as storyline wise. Like, okay, cool.
Well, it's the most epic upset. Yeah.
Right.
It's great.
Oh, the hubris in Charlotte.
I know, right? Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, she didn't want to. She didn't want to do it, but they made her.
So I honestly think this is going to lead to Nikki Ash and maybe an Alexa Bliss storyline, probably.
They used to tag together, yeah.
Right. So, and they've still been like loosely aligned like as like allies.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to be like a sort of thing. Like, I mean, other than that, I don't really know who else. Nikki Ash, because she's obviously a babyface, right? Everything she's done, she's very like inspirational, very like super positivity. So it's like, okay, heels on Raw.
Yeah. Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Shayna Baszler.
Dude. Yeah, it's probably gonna be. I think Alexa is gonna be in the cut for a while, like doing some shit. Because I heard a rumor that the Fiend might be coming back in August next month, at the end of August. Yeah. So that would make a lot of sense for her to get a match Okay, more predictions here. For her to get a match with Nikki Cross, Nikki Ash. So Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Ash, and then the Fiend comes back and ruins it. Because I think she did that to him in WrestleMania.
Right, she had all the
so he's gonna come back and fuck her over. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. And Ashley was saying that too, because she really likes Bray Wyatt a lot, and I mean, who doesn't? Bray Wyatt's the shit. Yeah, I used to talk shit on him too. I used to hate him back in the Firefly family or whatever.
He's cool.
Nah, he's a fucking awesome wrestler.
No, he's cool. I agree.
He's just a spooky boy. Gotta love the spooky boys. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's all that happened, and then tonight is fucking Fyter Fest night 2.
That's what you're waiting on.
The 5-on-5, like Kenny Omega and the Elite against fucking against the Dark Order and the Hangman Page.
Is tonight Elite versus Penta?
Ooh, I don't know.
Or is that not?
Elite called him out, but I don't know. Like, as far as like a response, who knows? You'll probably see something with Malachi Black and Cody again. You're gonna see the Texas Death Match with Lance Archer and Jon Moxley, which is basically another title for a Last Man Standing match.
Right.
That's what a Texas Death Match is.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because he's a Texas bred. But he's gonna be Texas dead.
Only Moxley can put that kind of line over.
He did it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Ashley laughed at it. She's like,
I laughed too. I was like, hell yeah.
I was like, man, you don't only die in Texas. It's a different kind of death.
Yeah. So, can appreciate that.
Yeah. So we're like just about at time. Yeah, dude, but send me that link immediately.
It'll probably be like
link
11 o'clock your time.
I'll be
I have to guess. Okay, I'll keep looking.
Probably be up fucking editing this so I can get it out to you guys by tomorrow.
Yeah, you're working hard this week. You're doing the Lord's work. I appreciate it.
But you know what really is kind of setting me up to kind of be able to do multiple shows a week, because once we start getting some traction, we can do some bonus episodes, shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I'll have my chops up. And I guess some
better at
news,
this.
Yeah, some news on the podcast, I guess. And especially after the whole bullshit that happened this Sunday, how the internet fucked it up and everything. We're gonna finally get some microphones, guys.
Yeah,
we're gonna start
to upgrade here, people.
We're gonna upgrade. So stay tuned.
We're invested in this pod.
I am. I mean, it's my favorite thing I'm doing. Well, the band's going pretty good too. I did band practice today.
Good to hear.
Yeah, that's going good.
Just talking about that the other day, actually. Oh. Oddly enough.
Yeah. Maybe if I just do a bunch of stuff, I'll get
throw a bunch of shit at the wall.
Back.
I don't mean
that's pretty much what I'm doing.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing.
Throwing a bunch of ideas at the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We talk wrestling without the belt.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was like we're kind of man. What I give props to is wrestlers having to record TV episodes over and over. Like, this is nothing compared to that, because we're obviously not taking bumps. I mean, we did hit the ropes earlier, but like, that's about like as far as we went. I like doing that.
I do too. It's
fun. But yeah, so just having to re-record and everything, like, you want to make it as genuine as possible. So that's definitely what we want to give you guys, is the most genuine sort of content possible. And yeah, we want to make everything sound better, look better, feel better, everything like that. So we're getting there, guys. And it's all thanks to Brandon and
And you. And you,
do all the hard stuff. I just show up.
Dude, I kind of like made this podcast for it to be like really easy just to do. But now the more and more I do it, I'm just like, man, we got to get some editing, some microphones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get there. Mm-hmm. It's gonna grow naturally, and I kind of like that anyways. So
agreed.
But yeah, I think that's enough talking. Trying to do that intro 5 times.
I think we nailed it.
We nailed it that time, guys.
Nailed it. Totally.
All right. let's go into our main segment since it's gonna be playing some little Pathfinder, dipping into Golarion.
So we're not back aboard the Belafonte, but we are, back into the campaign that involves the Belafonte. Do you remember where you left off? I asked you this earlier, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, it was a literal cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah.
My
campaign is very literal.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I said a Paul Rudd looking motherfucker, and it turns out he's very much like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, and he's immortal like Paul Rudd.
Yeah. There's no subtlety to me whatsoever.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I'm. Yeah. Let me know where I am. What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on with Fritz Greyhouse?
Okay, let me I feel like my posture is bad. Let me correct it now. All right. I feel much taller, much more presentable. Okay. So yeah, you as well as Blade, the Tengu samurai that is in your party, as well as Python, the grappler monk. Yeah, brother. Oh, brother. Yeah, yeah. And then you have Icky George.
Icky.
Yeah, he's they play the music. They're the ones who play all the jams to keep everyone in line.
Yep.
So again, cliffhanger. You guys literally made it halfway up the I guess the cliffside, hillside. No, it's not a hill. It's a cliffside, the mountainside. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, also as you notice this, the sun is starting to get a bit lower. So it's still very much light out, but it's starting to get. You can tell that the day is changing. You haven't changed any of your spells or anything like that, right? I don't think you've used anything, but I just want to make sure you have all your stuff current.
I did prep my spells for the day, so I do have my spell allotment all planned out.
Let me make sure I have my other sheet. I just had it here a second ago. There it is. Okay, cool. All right, I got all my stuff. Okay, so do you also remember that as you guys got to the base of the mountain that you saw a circle of birds, but you didn't quite make out what those birds are, what it was that was happening, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. I kept failing my perception. Yep.
Yeah. Now that the four of you are on this mountainside, everyone's kind of like resting up because it was a bit harrowing. You guys almost fell.
Yeah. Well, Python took over by himself. Was just like, I got this, guys.
Oh yeah, he tried you. Yeah, he's for some reason he's starting to kind of like boss you guys around a little bit. He seems to be kind of taking in the initiative. Also, this is his thing. For him. Yeah. Like, he's a rock climber. He's got the grip.
Yeah. Doing a bunch of pull-ups. He loves this shit.
Mm-hmm. So he successfully got you guys halfway up. He's a bit tired at this thing. He's kind of just getting his wind back and everything like that. So give me a perception check as like your back is pressed up against the mountain and you're looking and you happen to be facing where those birds are again.
I rolled an 8.
Nope. Let's see if some of your comrades see anything. Hang on, let me get another D20 for them. Okay. No, they're kind of too winded. They're taking sips out of their water skins. They're kind of just like,
whew. Well, I did get a 9 technically because I have an inspiration point. No, okay.
Still no. Oh, right, because of the
bard,
right?
Yeah, I never. Well, I stopped losing. I didn't use it last time.
Technically, it's not being performed right now because he's not strumming the guitar or anything, so it's broken
it has
as of
to
right
be,
now.
Oh, okay. It has to be while he's performing. Okay.
Yeah. Technically, Icky George is not performing at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. I still lost. I still failed.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are kind of like, whew, gather yourself. You don't really see those birds. You still see them circling around, right? But no movement there. So as you guys look up, you can see that you're about halfway down. If you look down, you can still see your your dinghy just chilling there. No issues there. I almost said Dickie.
You look down, you still see your dinghy?
Yeah.
Everything's good.
We're just gonna make sure, water's still there, the sun's starting to go down. You didn't see the birds? Okay. All right.
Sometimes you gotta make sure your dinghy's still there.
Well, yeah. That's your one way out.
It's your one way out.
Back, I should say.
Some would say the one way in. Anyways, I'm making a bunch of dick jokes over here.
This guy. All right. Speaking of which, Blade and everyone else is kind of ready to scale the rest of the mountain if you are. So let's take you into the scene now. Everyone's kind of rested up. Everyone's had their sips of water or whatever it may be. You guys look up. You're about halfway there. Yeah. What do you guys decide to do?
I'm like Python, you gonna take us for another ride, or
You see him kind of like, doing a little stretching.
We got a little ways to go.
I got this, brother. Just think small thoughts.
I am small, so yeah.
So he is appreciative that you are small, and so is the Tengu.
Yeah.
The cat folk, not so much.
Yeah.
All right. He's like, ugh. And he puts his arms back up and he starts to climb. Let's see how well he starts out. Due to his immense climbing, and even though it was a low roll, he's able to get up and he's starting to move along.
Okay.
You can see that he's keeping pace and everything like that. And go ahead and give me another perception check as you kind of like peep over your shoulder.
Jeez, 6. Rolling low.
Nothing.
Yeah. Cool, great.
Nothing. So actually, you're doing much better this time. There doesn't really seem to be any issues this time. Python is climbing along very easily. You can see that he's actually, although he's climbing very easily, he's just not going as fast because he does seem to be a bit more tired. So he's going along. You see the sun is starting to get lower and lower as you're getting up. And you can see that by the time you get up to the top, it'll probably be almost dark by then.
Okay. I'm along for the ride. I'm like, sun's getting low, big fella.
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, don't say that right now. Talking out. No, I'm talking to
the
Tengu.
Is getting a bit slower.
And he stops
for a little bit to catch his breath.
Like, sun's getting low, guys. We all can see in the dark, can't we?
Tengu kind of like, not so much. He has low light vision.
Okay.
Icky George
so not very good.
And Python are okay, being a dwarf and a cat,
Yeah, and I'm okay. So it's only the Tengu that's going to be kind of blinded.
Yeah. And he says, I'm going to have to rely on you. You're going to have to be my eyes, friend.
Yeah. You never did that blind sword fighting thing? No?
Like, that's a stereotype?
What? I would say it's a trope. How about a trope?
I've played Mortal Kombat, and that's not my guy.
Kenshi? I like Kenshi. Kenshi's the shit.
I'm a reptile kind of. No, okay.
You're a scorp. You're a scorp.
Yeah. Scorps and subs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah.
So he's kind of hesitant, as like you can see him with his eyes peering, like, but he just doesn't really seem to be doing so well. But in doing that and having that conversation, Icky George says, "Well, I may be able to, lighten up the matters if you guys think that's a good idea."
Mm-hmm. No, keep it quiet right now, Icky. I think I don't know what we're getting into yet.
He's about to strum his guitar. He's like, back on his back.
Yeah. Let's try to sneak our way. Let's see what's up on the top of the mountain first.
So let's see how well Python is doing. Oh, okay. So yeah, he kind of like lets out a deep breath and he powers up the rest of the way. And as he's climbing up, he's going a bit faster. And as he's starting to reach the top, the sun is also starting to finally reach the bottom. Mm-hmm. But he gets his one hand up to the top of the mountainside. And he gets his other arm up. And you guys get up just fine as Python actually is able to scale the mountainside. And he lays down on his back as he's kind of tired after taking you guys up all the way. He says, I did it. The Pythons never fail, brothers. The Pythons never fail.
I go over to him and I pat him on his big chest. I'm like, good job, brother. And then I handed my water skin and like, take a pull of this. You need it.
Yeah. He's just like kind of like Python's gonna need a second as you guys are unloosening your ropes and kind of seeing how far you guys have actually climbed up. So give me another perception check.
Okay. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. 22.
22. So as you peek over the mountainside, you look back onto the scenery that is now in front of you, and you can kind of see like an encampment, like a settlement. It almost looks like a mining setup. Due to your high roll, you can see that there's some pickaxes around. There's some tents. You can actually see some signs of like people. Sure enough. Go ahead.
Is there like something to kind of hide behind, or are we exposed to them, or are they too far away, or what's it looking like?
So as you get to the base, not the base, the top, the base. There's really not much cover. It's just all very much exposed, but it is dark enough to where you guys actually roll some stealth.
Okay, I'll roll some stealth.
Python does not due to his windedness.
I got a 20, not natural, but I got a 20.
Okay, so you're pretty stealthy. Let's see, Blade, not very stealthy. Let's see, Icky George, natural 20, very stealthy. So those three decide to kind of like get behind you. Icky George, very stealthy. Blade decides to stay back with Python due to his lack of stealthiness. So you and Icky George are kind of like walking forward, both stealthily, by the way.
Okay, so I guess I'm kind of looking at this mining encampment.
Yeah, you're scoping out, getting a better look.
I'm trying to look for, I'm trying to look. Well, I rolled a 22, but I want to try to see like what races are looking. Are there any like bird people?
So actually, as you look on the ground, you can see there are some bird feathers, but there also seem to be footprints of various other types of people.
How many feathers are there?
They're very like scantily strewn across the ground. You do have dark night vision, so you're able to kind of see on the ground. It doesn't seem like there's like a large cluster. They just kind of seem to be here and there, just every so often.
I'm gonna pick up like 5 of them or something. Because I think
for Tommy Tom.
Let me. Yeah. Can I like? Do I need a roll to recognize them as Strix's feathers? Because they could just be other fucking feathers.
You've seen Strix at this point. They are very like, and plus you rolled really high. I mean, I guess actually let's go with an appraise just to make sure how these feathers look. You know, if they're like shitty or whatever.
I got a 12.
You're able to kind of identify which feathers look like shit and which feathers don't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'll give you that one. They're feathers.
Well, then I'll pick up as many as you'll let me have.
So you kind of search around, and we'll go with your initial number of 5. You kind of get like 5 that seem to be intact and that don't look like shit.
I'm picking these up for Tom. Yeah, cool. Sweet.
All right. So as you do that, and you're picking up your feathers, kind of going around, looking at them, like, this seems kind of nice.
Yeah.
You could spot a dwarf with his back to you. And he's pretty far down the way. I would say about 50 yards. And he seems to be like, he has like a clipboard in hand. And he seems to be kind of like looking at some stuff and kind of like, it's like he's like going over numbers, or he's kind of like searching for stuff and kind of like looking around and checking stuff off. And in before him is like an opening to a really dark cave that you can't see anything past. It's just he's kind of like looking into it, checking stuff off, looking around in the front of it. And yeah, he's making notes. And keep in mind, you are stealthed.
What should I do? Well, I want to know what's going on here. It's obviously some kind of mine. He's doing some kind of inventory, it seems. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to roll something. Where is it?
Icky George is like, what's a dwarf doing on top of a mountainside?
Can I sense motive? Can I sense?
Sure.
Do I see Strix though, or is it just the?
You've just seen feathers so far. You haven't seen any Strix.
Right. How many people around? Is it just the dwarf, or
you just see only the dwarf right now?
Okay.
But you do see like tents, and you do see that there are lights on in these tents, and it does seem like it just seems like there are people here.
I'll try to sense motive him. I don't know. He's not.
Sure.
Let's see if I can. Okay. Nope.
Did it fall?
Nope. Oh, 8.
You're not really sure due to it kind of being at night, just kind of like an odd situation to see like a dwarf here in like a mining community. You're not really sure.
Can I stealth up with Icky George and kind of like look at these? You said there's tents around?
Yeah. Give me a reroll on your stealth though. If you're gonna attempt to like peer into these tents.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to look in these tents. Okay. 9 stealth. Okay, I got it. 16.
Okay, so let's say there are like rows of them, right? And let's go with 8. They're all right next to each other, and after the 8 is the dwarf that's facing the mouth of the cave. So I'm guessing you want to like peek into the one closest to your left.
Yeah, the one furthest away and closest to us, or whatever.
So that would be okay. Sorry. So you do that, and you kind of like peek open, and a little halfling has their back turned as they're kind of like putting down all their stuff, and like you can see they're like taking off their like mining overalls and like they're like mining goggles, and they're like placing them down, and just kind of it seems like they're just getting ready for bed. It's just a single male halfling.
Okay. Yeah. So I close the tent and I like walk back over to Icky. I'm like, I don't know if this is the right place. It looks just like a mine of some sort. I don't know if there are Strix feathers, but we saw birds in the sky. Like they could just be fallen. I don't know. I don't think the nest is in this cave. I'm not sure. What are you thinking, Icky?
Do you think they're part of Cheliax? Do they have the symbols? Like,
oh shit! Can I take a look again?
Sure, I'll allow you another look. As you peek back in. Yeah.
This is perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perception. I got a 10. Got a 10.
You can just see that they look like really old clothes, and you can see like faint symbols or like faint markings of Cheliax. Yes.
Yeah. So,
but these look like old kind of clothes that have been. They look very dirty. They look like they've kind of seen better days.
Yeah. I close the thing. I'm like, I think they are part of Cheliax, but I think they're just up here working. I don't know. What do you think we should do? I don't know. Help me scheme. Help me make a scheme.
I think we should tell Python and Blade what we've seen.
Okay, let's walk over there.
You guys walk back.
Yeah.
So you relay the information, and Python asks you what the dwarf looked like. Like, describe his features. What kind of braids did he have? Like, did he have any tattoos? He seems very interested in the dwarf.
Well, I didn't really. Let me go look again.
As you do that, he actually grabs you by the back, and he says, "Let me speak to my kin." As he holds you back, and he seems to be taking charge of the situation. And he doesn't stealth anything like that. He just starts to walk past the tents as he seems to like hail the dwarf in his native tongue. But also everyone in the tent starts to like kind of come out and like peek and like see like what the hell is going on.
All right, I'm gonna let him do that, and then I order Icky and Blade to hang back and see what happens. He's a tough guy. I think he can handle it, and we'll barge in if anything rough happens or if anything bad happens.
So roll some stealth again. As they will also roll stealth. Ooh, so good.
I critically fail.
Ooh, okay. So that being the case, as Python is strutting down in front of all the tents for everyone to clearly see him, as they can see the glint off his golden belt in the light. And he says, "Well met, brother, well met. It is I." Python. As he flexes and like puts on his own thing. Everyone's kind of like peeking out and seeing what the hell. As the dwarf turns around, is like, oh wow, who are you? Like I don't think you should be here. You don't seem to be a part of anyone that I As you see, he actually starts to like grab a whistle from like his neck, and he's like actually start to blow on this very like ornate looking whistle.
I walk out. I walk out. Wait, stop! No! I walk up. Wait, stop!
As he blows a whistle, and no. Python is still kind of like flexing, not really actually paying attention to the dwarf. He's actually just still like into his own persona, as he's just kind of like in his own head.
I'm running up and like blowing my flute, like wait, stop!
Who are these intruders? What are these people? How did you even get up the mountain? You should not be here. You should not. As you hear the flap of wings, all of a sudden swirl around in the area, and two large Strix, larger than the ones that have attacked the ship previously, land next to the dwarf.
Well, looks like I'm drawing my short sword. Shing!
As the dwarf sees you do this, says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!"
And I'm like,
"You are the intruders here, sir."
Well,
you
yeah.
are the intruders here. Who are you people? You should not be here.
Judging by the runes and markings on your clothes, you are a citizen of Chiliax, if I'm not correct.
As he kind of like, yes, and who might you be? I don't deny this claim.
I sheathe my sword, and I'm like, I am Captain Fritz Greyhouse of the Hollow Branch of New Bastion. But I am here under the command of Captain Kidd. And
I'm the name of Captain Kidd, and he says, "Oh, that's not good news. That's bad. That's bad news. If you're part of Captain Kidd's crew, then you're a pirate, and you're a pirate, and you're here to steal our gold. You can't have you take over this mine.
Not here for the gold.
These are innocents. You don't need to kill these people."
I say, shut your mouth, and I like do a little intimidate, and I intimidate for 17. I say, you shut up.
So due to his situation, he actually says, just listen. He says, yes, we are of Cheliax. We were former slaves of Cheliax. If you look around, these are all just miners and innocent folk as they kind of like peer out, and they're just, you notice that they're all small humanoids, gnomes, halflings, nothing bigger than the dwarf himself. But they all just seem to be kind of like former people of Cheliax, but they don't seem to be vicious or anything like that. So he says, no, you have everything all wrong. What happened was we were sent out as miners from Cheliax. The mine collapsed. We had to keep going, and the only ones who were able to help us were these Strix. We came upon them, and instead of attacking us, they actually helped us through the mine. They were actually the ones to kind of give us sanctuary, and they actually have a deal with us. Since we're so small, we're able to sneak back into Cheliax and trade for what we need. Those Cheliax, they don't pay attention to their slaves. So if we put our hoods up, we're able to enter back into the city freely and trade amongst the people. But in doing so, we had to keep this mine absolutely quiet. If they know that we've actually found gold here, they'll want to claim this mine for their own. We have a deal with these Strix. They leave us in peace.
Well, okay. So and I look at the two. I look at the two Strix. I look at the two Strix, and do they speak? They probably speak Strix. I don't know. I speak in Undercommon to them because I don't know their language. And
they speak Common.
Oh, they speak Common? Okay.
Yeah.
I speak in Common to them, and I'm like, well, hold on. How am I going to say this? I'm going to roll diplomacy, just so the dumb shit that I say will work.
Sure.
All right, 16.
Also, I'm grabbing my phone because I need to plug it in.
All right. I got a 22 on diplomacy.
Okay. And so everyone's hang on.
Wait.
Good.
Let me role play this.
Okay.
I have like my hand on my hilt of my sword, and I'm kind of like strutting around, and I was like, and I'm just saying like, I was like, look, dwarf, and all the inhabitants of this camp, you guys are in luck because we too, though we may be under the command of Captain Kidd, we are also kind of slaves, and this is the only way for us to gain our freedom is to come up here to these mountains and find the noble that these Strix have taken. We don't want to take any lives. If you just know about this noble, give us the noble and we'll leave and we'll keep your mine secret.
As you can see, that the quizzical look on the dwarf's face is noble, as he kind of like looks at all those other people, and they seem to be very like, we know of no noble. We just have a deal with these Strix. We mine the gold for them so that they can afford to buy a ship to find a new land to be able to settle a peaceful on. They've been forced out of their habitats. They're forced out of their natural homes due to these Cheliax. So they too are slaves. They've been forced out of their land. So we have a deal with them. They're going to mine all those gold we can so that way they can afford to buy ships to find better lands. Yeah. How could you be opposed to that, sir? If you claim to be who you say you are.
Well, hold on. Before we go any further, your sound is really fucked up right now.
Is it?
Yeah. I could hear some shit going down. Is your window open? Is your window open or something?
How about now?
Sounds better. Sounds way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the fan?
Well, duh. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay,
cool. So he says, like, like if you are who you claim to be, then like you seek not gold, you seek not our blood? Like, what is it you seek?
I seek the noble, and in turn, I seek my freedom. So give me the noble, and I shall be on my way.
As he kind of like whispers to like to the Strix to like see if they know of a noble, and they kind of like give like a look like they're not sure they can trust you. If you work for Captain Kidd, they've had nothing but bad encounters. So
I rolled a 22 on diplomacy.
Yeah, the dwarf also in response says they think that you also have a captive of theirs. Is this true?
I think we're in some kind of Mexican standoff. I did happen to see a Strix aboard the Belafonte in chains. Well, we know who the bad guys are, obviously. Damn. What is the best way we can do this without shedding the least amount of blood? Because that's what I'm trying to do.
They ask if you can. The dwarf kind of ask if you can retrieve their kin, then they will give you the noble that you seek.
It took a lot of work getting here, so I'm not going to go all the way back. I can't go back empty-handed. You're gonna have to prove that you're gonna comply. So we need a deal. We need collateral. We need some collateral here.
The dwarf kind of whispers and then whispers back and then asks you, do you know of anybody who has ships or anybody who is able to command a ship? Because they also seek a captain. You yourself claimed yourself to be a captain.
I'm a land captain.
He says like land, and they're like,
oh. Yeah. I'm a captain of an army, not so much of a ship.
They're kind of like,
Well, but I mean,
if you don't seem to be kind of like on board, then you need proof that this noble is alive and well, yes. Correct?
That would be a good thing to barter with. Give me proof that he's alive, and then I'll go back and negotiate.
So they do that. They go to bring him. They actually bring him back, surprisingly. See him, they drop him, and he's kind of in tattered clothes, and he seems to be like hands bound behind him and everything like that. And they just drop him, and he's not moving or anything like that. He's just on the ground.
Yeah.
And they say, well, this is the noble you seek. He was sent by Captain Kidd himself, if you can believe it, to actually try to find where the rest of these Strix are to try to exterminate them. That's why they held him captive, because if they find out, they being the Cheliacs, there's actually gold mines in these hills that they forced these Strix back to. They're gonna take it over too. And he knows. He actually stumbled upon all this despite his oafishness. This noble knows. So how are we to guarantee that this noble won't say anything and reveal our secrets, the Strix's secrets, this location? If it wasn't for these Strix, I wouldn't be alive.
Well, I want to know this. If the secret needs to be kept, then why keep this man alive?
It's only collateral.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we have access back into the city, but only small people can make it through that. The mines are so collapsed that the only way to make it through is if you're a small creature. And you seem to be around that size.
I'm tiny.
How are you in the dark, little rat?
Great. I'm at home in the dark, actually.
What if you were to smuggle him? What if you were to smuggle him back through the tunnels, back into the city?
That still wouldn't fix the problem of him knowing about your mines. That's the only thing.
True. Do you have anyone who could, this is beyond me, manipulate the mind?
And
as you guys are kind of having your talk, a flare goes off all of a sudden. As you can see, the noble has gotten out of his bondages and let off a flare.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? As everyone is just kind of like, no. They know.
I cast Dancing Darkness. I cast Dancing Darkness, and I shoot 5 black orbs into the air to consume the flare.
As you are successful, the signal has still been sent off.
Nah, come on, man! Can I get a reflex save or something on that?
Nay. That's. They'll be coming for you. Captain Kidd rides for your head.
All right, that's it.
He'll
this
be
guy
here
sucks.
anytime soon.
I'm gonna go.
As like all the villagers kind of start to panic and it's like, oh no, Captain Kidd is gonna show
up. Yeah, I'm gonna go attack this noble and kill him in front of these fools.
Oh shit!
Fuck it,
Okay.
He's an evil guy. That wasn't part
right,
of none of this. None of this was part of the deal. So, and I kill evil. So,
all right, give it a go and see what happens.
I am neutral good, so I'm allowed to do shit like this. All right, I'm attacking with my short sword, and it's gonna be. Hold on 1 second. Let me do the Pathfinder math real quick. Attack bonus. 2, 17 plus 3. That's a 20, baby, to hit.
It hits.
Okay, so 1d4. Where'd my d4 go? Oh, it's hiding. Right, that's a 4. Nice. 4 plus 4. Since I'm. Am I still swole from my my bull strength potion from earlier?
No.
Okay. Yeah, come on. All right, so that's a 6. That wasn't a sneak attack, so that's 6 damage.
Due to him being a noble, he's not really a fighter or anything like that. So you kind of just like.
Do what?
You just stick him. He's not a fighter or anything. He's just a noble.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, and you just moita him.
I moita
You
him.
gank him. And due to the situation, even the dwarf is
I look at the dwarf. I look at the dwarf and I said, as long as I live, your secret will be safe.
He kind of looks around and says, Captain Kidd, he knows now he's going to come here. Captain Kidd and his crew. Oh no, what are we going to do?
Look, the flare just went off. We don't even know if they've seen it. So we don't know yet, really, to tell you the truth, technically.
Oh, we're going to see his sails. Oh no, he's going to be here any minute. Oh God. As you see him just really start to panic.
Listen, we have the high ground. Grab all the pickaxes, anything that could be a weapon,
as all of a sudden, boom, cannon shots all of a sudden start waylaying you.
God damn it! Everyone in the mine.
That's a good move.
Yeah. All right, we're running to the mines. Everyone go.
So give me.
I'm
everyone give me a reflex save.
I'm holding behind, like staying behind and kind of like making sure everyone's getting in, and I'm kind of picking up the tail end and kind of picking up guys and getting them on their feet and kind of getting them moving. Let's go. What am I rolling? Sorry.
Reflex saves to avoid the cannon fire from below.
Okay, so that's
now
14.
It's all blind due to the fact that these people don't know exactly what is up there. They just know that they are sent. A signal went off and they are now at this location. And due to the fact that they are in a little dinghy, they're able to make up the distance, but they're not able to ascend just yet. So you can tell that they're still on the ship, but they're just kind of letting off blind cannon fire up to the tops of these mountainsides.
Okay,
so it's blindly.
I roll a 14 for reflex.
All right, let's see. It looks like you're okay for now. You managed to avoid the cannonballs as they drop.
I'm sorry.
As you can see, tents getting decimated. You can see, actually your comrades. Let's see how well they do. Nicky George, not so much. Blade seems to be okay. And Python rolls a natty 20. So he actually grabs one and tries to throw it back.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
He grabs it and does a Cesaro spin and throws it back.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, as he's as he actually burns his hands in the process because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Everyone in the mines. Let's go. Let's go.
But Icky George and Blade take some damage. Not a direct hit, but like a splash damage sort of deal.
Okay.
4 to Icky George. 4 to Blade. They are damaged, but they seem to be relatively okay.
Okay.
So, and unfortunately, some of the miners aren't so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But the dwarven guy that you met earlier is okay, and those Strix also seem to be still with this dwarf. And they are, they're all retreating back into the cave, and you guys are further enough back that the cannon fire is no longer able to reach you. You guys are in the cave, and there's enough cover to where even if anything comes close, it's not going to do any sort of like damage or anything like that.
Okay.
But it's in the middle of the night, and you can tell that if they are able to climb this mountain, they won't be there until the morning.
Okay. Cool.
Because you guys climbed it yourself, and you knew how long it took yourself. It took basically like a day.
Right.
Or like, light.
Okay. Cool. So we're in the cave. The cave mouth is still open. It didn't collapse or anything?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I was like, all right. I look around. It's like, we're going to have to get to work now. We have to cover this cave up. We have to disguise it as to be part of the mountain. And we got to use whatever we can. We got to get rid of all these tents. We have to pick up all this debris. Also, I need that corpse of that noble in the mine. Let's try to do our best to make this look like it's just a natural, mountainside. So whatever rocks, boulders, anything, we just need to put our muscle and mind together and make this look just like a regular mountaintop. So what do I need to do?
So the dwarf, being familiar with dungeon works and being familiar with rocks and kind of just this sort of deal, he seems to kind of understand what it is you're saying. Like, oh, okay. And he's just getting all the big stones that he can. He's trying to like put them all into place to make it look exactly like you're doing. Icky George seems to be playing a song to kind of like soothe everyone's nerves. It's not really helpful beyond just doing what he does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Blade himself is kind of like at your side, also kind of just like asking you what he should be doing. He seems to be very like following your lead.
Yeah, I say, Blade, you stay close to me. How good can you see right now? Are you just completely blind?
Kind of peers out and he says,
"Pretty blind?
My eyes are no good right now. Sorry, Sensei."
Okay. Well, we'll get into mine and kind of hang out in there, and I'll await my further instructions. I'm too busy right here. I like lead him to the edge of the mine and like go have a seat. Just take it easy. I need everybody that can see in the dark to be working on this. Also, Icky, stop playing that song. We need to be completely quiet while we do this. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's a great song. I love it. But so if you can't help either, Icky, go hang out with Blade, and me and Python will fucking try to get this together.
All right. If I can't play my music, I guess we'll just take a seat.
I grab him around the collar. I was like, "Listen, Icky, we're fighting for our freedom here. We're fighting for our freedom."
No. Right.
Okay.
Nobody likes my music.
So everybody that has night vision, we're working on this place to make it look like. Do I need to roll anything to disguise this area?
Let's see how well the remaining villagers and the dwarf himself can seem to kind of like pick up stuff. So this is going to be the dwarf asking the Strix for help. He rolls a natty 1. They seem to fly off. They don't really seem to be helping the community itself. Let's see how well the rest of the people are doing with what it is. They roll a 13. So the people, although kind of frantic, they are gathering everything, but you can see that they're making little mistakes here and there, that they just seem to be scared beyond their wits.
Okay.
But everything is getting done. It's just taking a bit longer than you had wanted it to.
Okay, good.
But it's getting done. They seem to be reacting to your natural leadership.
Nice. Let me see if I got anything here to.
As you can also see, Python starting to kind of like deliver orders as well, as he's kind of like pointing to like people to like.
Yeah, I'll let him do his thing because he knows about mountains. So listen to Python, make this place look like a mountain. And I'm like, I grab like I don't know, I grab like a fucking like a sheet off of the tents, one of the tents, and I'm like running it across the ground and like wiping up any like footprints I'm like, hey, once you finish what you're doing, like go into the mine and lock and close yourself in, and I'll take care of all these footprints and all this shit.
So as you're wiping away the footprints and getting everything nice and tidy, everyone's like retreated into the cave. Everyone's like, you're like, all right, this is gonna fucking work. Like, got it. Like I managed to like get everyone in there. Lost a few. The Strix are being assholes. They flew off. No big deal.
Yeah.
And it seems like a portal opens up at the basically like where you guys climbed up. You can see 4 figures actually step through. One of them.
Are we looking through like we're barricaded in the mine?
Yeah, like they can't see you or anything. Like you guys are like all in your spots. You're in the cave. You're like looking out, trying to see if like they notice anything like that.
I have like a little like a porthole kind of there, and I have my like my short bow, and I kind of like have my short bow, and I'm like watching them with the short bow. And I'm kind of like waiting for them to kind of see who they are. It's like, wait, guys.
And you can see it's actually some of the crew from the Belafonte. You see Simone, the Many-Face, the summoner from earlier.
Okay.
You see Ezra, the necromancer, who's also kind of like looking around, trying to observe the situation. You also see someone who you don't recognize, and you see Zero as well.
Okay.
And you see him kind of like looking around.
Oh, fuck.
Trying to observe the situation.
All right, I'm going to be quiet, but all right. I put my bow down, and I'm talking to my crew. I'm like, it's the other guys from the ship. It's the crew. Hold on. Just let me think. Let me think. Everyone quiet.
The dwarf like looks over. He says, "Oh, I know him.
Okay.
And
hold on.
You can see him actually pointing to Zero.
Yeah, I know him too.
He knows us.
Just hold on.
He's
stay
a
quiet.
friend.
Stay quiet.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
He's been helping us.
I have an idea.
He knows.
I have an idea.
Listen, I have an idea.
Listen to me. All of you. I'm the fucking leader here. So listen. I'm looking at the corpse of the noble. Like pretty much all we have to do is just bring this guy out to them. Be like, we found him dead already, and everyone that was here is gone, obviously. So, and we did not find any Strix nest. We just found the body and all these feathers, and it looks like the savage nature of these Strix just kind of like left him here to die. I mean, it's a story. I'm not trying to get in a fight here. Even though they may look friendly, I don't think they come here to do friendly things, especially if they find out what we just did. So, because it's kind of every man for himself right now. But if we do it this way, maybe we can get the dead, because the noble's dead, he can't tell the secret. So if we could just be like, here it is, here he is, let's get back on Belafonte and let's work on breaking out that other Strix and getting him back here. Maybe everybody can win after all. That's my plan.
As Blade seems to be into the idea, Icky George is just like, sure. And Python seems to be like, let's just fight him, brother. Let's just get after him. We can just use this and use your blade, and we can just take him, brother. Just let me in. No. Just let me do the talking, and I can take care of him, brother.
No, brother, listen. They're brothers, too. We're all brothers. And I put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, we're all brothers.
Like a faction?
The greatest stable in Golarion. If only we'd be smart about it. If only we're smart about this. We could be the new world order.
He's kind of like, normally he would just kind of go in and like to just run in and cause a ruckus. This is against Python's ways, but I'll listen to you, little rat brother.
Thanks, brother. Okay, guys, this is the deal. And I'm like looking at all the other tiny miner guys. I'm like, you guys go deep into the mine. Go deep, as far deep as you can. Leave us 4 up here. We'll take care of it.
And then being all small little dudes and dudettes, they're able to kind of maneuver their way a little further down into the tunnel than normally.
Okay. I'm like, all right, guys, we're gonna go out there, but follow my lead.
As normally, Python would like to just kind of go in there and fuck shit up. He's, all right, brother. All right, your way this time, brother.
Yeah. I'll let you call the shots next time. Just let me have this one.
He's like, He seems to be a little disgruntled, but he's going along with it.
I'll give you the pin next time, brother.
He just wants to go over.
I know. I'll put you over, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, Icky, help me with this corpse, and I throw one of the arms over of the noble over.
Yeah.
All right, and I look at everybody. I was like, all right, no one say anything. Let's go. So I start to walk with Icky and this corpse, and we're coming out of the mine.
You can see the forest though, kind of like looking around.
Yeah. And I say, it's a good, just like, okay. Ahoy there! It's Fritz Greyhouse, captain of the Hollow Branch, prisoner of the Belafonte, much like you guys.
Ah, so you sent off the flare then.
Yeah, I set off the flare, and I'm coming around. Can you guys see me? I'm right here.
What is it? Who is it you have there?
And I let him down. It's like, we found him. We found the noble up here. He's dead, and he still had a flare on him. So I just shot. I figured the fastest way to get a hold of you guys was to shoot off the flare, but y'all started firing cannonballs at us. Like, what's the deal? We're up here doing the same job you're on. What's going on?
How did he die?
We found him. I don't know. Looks like a pretty big talon slashed his throat. Looks like it. Do I need to roll? Is it?
So Simone the Many-Faced, being a trickster herself, isn't very trustworthy of people just right off the bat as is. So she seems to be kind of like,
should I do diplomacy or like charisma for her?
Sure, roll diplomacy.
Diplomacy, all right. I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can. I got an 18.
So she seems to be kind of like naturally like, I don't know. And actually, Zero's the one who seems to speak up. He says, we know these Strix to be vile, terrible creatures. Who's to say we couldn't put it past them to randomly go out and just murder anyone they find these Strix known to be cannibals, if I'm not mistaken.
We did see two.
Like, shut up, Zero. Like, what do you know? These Strix are actually known to be vile creatures. Even though I'm not prejudiced or anything like that, but the wound does seem to be from a talent of some sort.
Hey, look, listen. Let's just get back to the ship. We got the guy. We have everything the Captain Kidd asked us to get. Unfortunately, he's already dead.
I'm not sure Captain Kidd's gonna like this, but I guess there's not really much we can do about it.
It's the thing we have. Find up here? I found these 5 Strix feathers, so I mean that's evidence enough that it was them. So, but I mean we looked around this whole place and we didn't see any sign of a nest or anything. So it just seems like they brought him up here, killed him, and left. I don't know. That's all I can gather. I don't know. I'm just a rat.
No nest, no nothing, just rocks.
I mean, look around you. This place is pretty
barren. Walks past you and seems to kind of like take a look. Zero also seems to be walking towards the cave, and he seems to be taking a look. Ezra's just kind of like standing there, not actually walking towards anything, just standing there looking at you.
Why do you guys not trust me? I'm on the same team as y'all. I don't understand this. Why am all of a sudden I'm in trouble?
On their staff, and they're just looking around. They're like, why would Captain Kidd choose you? Anyways.
Because I'm a captain too. What are you? What's your rank, soldier?
Someone just looks over like, I'm not a soldier.
Well then, shut your mouth.
And you can see Zero starting to kind of like poke around the cave a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like...
And that's when Simone starts to walk over to where Zero is.
It's like, shit.
What have you found, Zero? What is it now? As he kind of looks over and like looks at you. And looks at her. Looks like a cave-in to me. He looks at you.
Yeah.
He looks back.
Can we get the fuck out of here now, Zero?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Anything for you, Fritz.
Thanks, Zero. Hey, don't hold anything against me. I try to save your life. I saved your life on the ship, don't forget that.
They say, all right, everyone step into the portal.
It's like,
That way
why
you
would
don't
I
have to
save your
climb
life?
down.
Why would I save your life on a ship just to lie to you up here on this mountain? I don't. Yeah, you must take me
I don't
for.
know, Fritz. Rats are weird. I don't know.
That is true, but I'm no ordinary rat.
Yeah. I mean, why would you protect anybody else other than rats, right?
Because we're all brothers, right, Python?
He's like, oh, diplomacy, brother. It's a new world. It's a new world. Well, yeah.
Right, brother.
As he seems to be like taken aback by like you out promoted him. He's like, that's a thing. You used your words, brother. I mean, yeah, yes.
Yeah, we'll have to.
As he's never seen a way other than like trying to outmuscle somebody.
Yeah, totally. All right, can we get back to the ship now, guys?
As they seem to be content, and that's when Simone asks everyone to step into the portal that will bring them back to the Belafonte, which is below, not quite as close as your dinghy. So unfortunately, you're gonna lose your dinghy.
Ah, the dinghy! That's okay. I'm pretty sure they have another dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked through the portal with no fear because I fear no magic.
And everyone walks through, and Simone is the last one to look around, looks down at the ground, doesn't see anything, and walks through the portal.
Yes.
Ooh, you got
no
lucky.
one died. No one died.
You got lucky. They didn't see shit.
A couple people died. Yeah.
Ooh. Well, due to random cannon fire.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. That was a good. Oh, and the noble died because fuck him.
You are back aboard the Belafonte through the portal, and that's where we're.
Is it? Cliffhanger! Yeah.
Yeah. Back aboard the Belafonte with your captor, unfortunately deceased. I said you're back with your, you're back and you have your person, but
I thought you meant Captain Kidd died. I was like, no.
No, I said you're back with your captive, who is unfortunately dead.
Yeah. Okay. That went well. Sorry, guys, no action, but like I have to be my good self. I'm trying to be good and try to keep people alive here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not a bad man.
That's right. I'm not. But I kill bad men. I've been known to do that.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna call it right there.
Yay! We did it.
You even managed to impress Python.
Yeah.
He delivered a promo. He's like, what? Wait a minute. You said words to him and it affected him?
When I said, listen, brother, we're all brothers. And he was like
and like Icky George was like, yeah, I do that all the time. This is how this is like my thing. But even he was like, yeah, you were just speaking truths.
Mm-hmm.
As they all seem to be like inspired by your altruistic act to try to diminish as much bloodshed as possible. Even fugitives, captives, prisoners they still have their morality.
Yeah, exactly.
Blade himself doesn't really seem to be a bad dude. He's just a dishonorable samurai.
Right.
He's a Ronin. But he also, I don't know if you caught it, he also called you sensei.
Yeah, I know, right? Which is nice of him.
Yeah.
My only worry of my group, the only one that I don't trust completely is Icky. Even though I'm giving him kind of the like I do completely trust him, I don't completely trust him. I think if anyone was to betray us, it'd be Icky. So I'm kind of like, Icky. Well, I'm just I'm keeping him on a short leash, I'm like, just cause he's a cat.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so yeah, I mean, you've met Captain Kidd, and you've met everyone else as far as the prisoners.
I don't trust anyone else on the Belafonte, and I definitely don't trust Zero anymore because I think he has it out for me. So
he just helped you.
I don't know. He keeps looking at me like I did this terrible thing to him with like telling him to stay on the ship. I'm just trying to save his fucking life.
Who knows what he actually saw?
I know, right? He probably saw some shit and he's keeping it secret. But I'm still kind of wary about him. Yeah. And pretty much, yeah, the mini-face, definitely don't trust the changeling. And who's the other one that was there? The summoner? No.
Ezra, the necromancer.
Oh, the drow was there then. Fuck.
Keep in mind, she also resurrected a Strix, so who knows what she knows?
Oh, she resurrected one of the Strix that was there, or on the ship.
No, earlier, yeah.
On the ship, that's right. Well,
So
I mean,
who knows what she knows?
but she could only animate the dead. I don't
Correct.
unless she's higher level than I think, because I think
Well,
you can
she
probably
also
get.
has other people on the ship with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
Well,
you haven't met Captain Kidd's first mate.
That's true. I haven't met a lot of people.
Yeah, Captain Kidd, he's gonna be waiting for you.
Yeah, but it's also like this is hard because I'm playing both sides, but I know which side's the good side, so I'm pretty much ready to betray anybody on the Belafonte like at any time. But I'm wanting to try to get that.
This is your ticket to go home, though.
I know, but maybe I could just go home myself. Maybe I can claim my own fucking freedom. And also, like, all these people at Chiliac suck. Like,
they're not good people.
Yeah, they're evil, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see what Captain Kidd says, and maybe I'll get my freedom. He'll probably think, no. I did what he said. So I'll just have to talk to him next time.
Who knows?
So I might have done it. I might have got away with it.
Who knows?
We'll see next time.
Yeah.
Next time!
Yeah, exactly.
Dark Eidolon presents Critical
Critical
Drinks.
Drinks.
With your hosts,
Andy Aguilar.
Fritz Greyhouse Brooker.
And Rowena.
Oh, Rowena. Oh. Well, yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks for tuning into this one. And listen to the Haunted episode if you want to see what happened on my game. Look at that nose. So drippy wet. All right, guys. Thanks again for listening, everyone. Love you all to death. And if you're a friend of ours and you want to play role-playing games on this podcast, hit us up. Hit us up, and we'll put you over. And Andrew should be joining pretty soon. I think since we played this week twice, it'll probably be 2 weeks from now again, because I'll be picking up. Well, I'll be picking up this Sunday. So next Sunday we'll have a guest. Not this next episode, but the next episode. Episode 7 will be our first guest. And yeah, hit us up. But until next time, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.